Hello, everyone. It was really wonderful. First of all, it was wonderful working with you and meeting you this past weekend in Ghent. I had a great time. I thought the performance was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. You guys did a great job. So I put together kind of a handout for you. It's taken out of an education book I wrote for sound painting and music education in the United States and in France. But a lot of it is applicable to anywhere in the world, actually. So I'm really addressing this to those people who work with really young children that are 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old, because we're not going to teach the entire syntax of who, what, how, when. That would be a little bit too much for a 3-year-old. So as I was explaining to you in our meeting that we had on, what was it, Friday, I think, where I got to work with you, what you do as a teacher is you have the children make the sign and the sound at the same time. So when you have all the children make the sign, a long tone, but while you're making the long tone, you sing it and have them sing it, oh, and then you can go up higher for a teaching range, ooh, and go down lower for lower long tones, oh, etc. So the children make the sign and the sound at the same time while you are making the sign and the sound at the same time. Everybody is doing the same thing. So I wrote a few gestures down I think that work really well that I've worked with, that I've taught to children that are 3 to 6 years old. And you'll see the list of signs that I've put in there. So remember that what I do is I go through the handful of signs. I put in there like signs like long tone, oh, or pointillism. You can just go up, up, up. So it teaches them a very sort of abstract, kind of sputtering and making sounds. And so we have like long tones, oh, we have hits, ba, ba, ba. We have, I don't sign shape line as a preparation like we do if we're giving the entire phrase. I just move my body and make response to it. Oh, ah, oh, and then I might use minimalism, but of course they're not going to be able to really like keep a pulse or build a minimalism around a pulse. But I use it as just a way of going, huh, 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 huh. And everybody does that together, 3-year-olds, 4-year-old, 5 years old. And it helps teach them, a pulse, what a pulse is, even though it's not really minimalism. And I teach them laughter, ha, 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 ha. And air sounds, shh. And speaking, no, 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 no. And once I've taught these signs, there might be a few others, but that's basically it. It's just a handful. Once I've taught them, then I make sure to go make a kind of a composition with them. Oh, ha, 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 ha. Shh. What? No. Ah. Ooh. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, whoa. But. Ha, ha, ha. What do you mean by that? Shh. And I don't go that quickly, but something like that. And then once you've done that and you have the group really following, everybody's making the sign and the sound, a very synesthetic approach to teaching. Then ask the children to come up. I'm on my knees right now, so you'd have a child here next to you, and just say you make the signs, and then say follow this child, whoever it is, follow this person, follow Johann, follow Lisa, follow whoever, and then they make the sign and the sound while the group makes the sign and the sound. So empowering them in front of a group. It's my experience that all the children are going to want to come up and do it. That's been my experience before. So I hope this helps. But before I sign off, there are free lessons on YouTube in English. There are 5 lessons on YouTube. They're multidisciplinary, and sometimes the first one is like 40 minutes, so sit back and enjoy. It's on YouTube. I guess if you put my name, Walter Thompson, Sound Painting Lesson 1, you'll find the others. You might find some in Spanish, but they're in English too. So there are 5 in English. And just so you know, just to say this, there's a Facebook group called Sound Painting Geeks, Geeks. That's something you might want to join, Sound Painting Geeks, because you can pose questions there. So there's a lot of support. So I hope this handout helps. And I've given you in the handout some ways of like, what does sound painting do for a student? How do you assess it, etc. I've taken some pages out of other books that I've written and see if that can help you. So I hope this helps. And please feel free to contact me directly at info@soundpainting.com. You can contact me directly and say, we met in Ghent and you have a question. And I'm very happy to answer a question. So I hope this helps. And again, it was wonderful meeting all of you and working with you. It was great. Fantastic. And the last thing I'll add is anybody that's working with, children that are 7 or 8 and older, then you can usually teach the entire syntax. And again, there's support material like workbooks and things like that available at soundpainting.com. So if you're interested in a workbook, there's PDF versions or paper versions, etc. Or just write me with some questions. So thank you. And I look forward to seeing you again and hearing about how it works, how sound painting works with your class. Be well. Ciao.